Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to talk about a scientific, medical, field-related, sociology, psychology, religiosity-related subject. The title of the subject is Surrogate Mother. The concept was first coined by Noel Keane. Surrogate mother means a kind of mother, a kind of woman who is fertile, who has or who doesn't have any kid, but her fertility is absolutely at the astronomical level because of the right age, right health, and she is very fertile. Now what happens, there are lots of couples in the world who want kids, who want their offspring at any cost, any price, any rate, any expense. But they find that, a woman, means a wife, has some kind of abnormality, anomaly, congenital anomaly, maybe fallopian tube doesn't work, or ovary doesn't work, or uterus or womb, or something is wrong. And because of that, the doctors would diagnose and prognose that she will not be able to bear a child. She will never have pregnancy. Couple try every single thing, finally disappointed. Now, most of the disappointed couple usually resort to break up of marriage. Husband would say, I need kids. I cannot live without kids. I marry you for kids. And the doctor says, you cannot get pregnant. You cannot give me kid. So I have to divorce you. I'm going to find me another bride. And that happens in 99.99% of the cases. Divorce occur. In order for the divorce not to occur, medical community has actually found surrogacy. Surrogacy means a surrogate mother. Say, for example, couple A, Mr. and Mrs. A go to a doctor. Doctor is going to find them a woman. Woman is going to charge them, in Indian terminology, about 5 lakh rupees, plus all the expenses of 9 months, all the expenses of medical surgery and a medical procedure, this, that, and all that. Now, couple, the spouses would agree to pay her 5 lakh rupees plus all the associated expenses. This woman is going to carry the fetus of that couple. Means the doctor is going to extract sperm and egg, fertile them, coax them into the petri dish, and when conception occurs, this doctor is going to implant this conception into the stomach of, or into the uterus of that lady. That lady has no any part to play, no any role to play. Husband is not going to even see her. Who is she? He doesn't know. Only he has actually donated his sperm. His wife has donated her egg. Only the genetic material is coming from both of them. And the genetic material is going to the womb of that surrogate mother. Surrogate mother doesn't have any kind of clue where the genetic material came from, and who is the couple, who is the mom and who is the pa. They actually have donated this thing, and the child that I have in my stomach, who the child belongs, still she doesn't have any kind of clue. She is contact only with doctor, gynecologist, obstetrician. Child actually is nourished, baby is nourished, fetus is nourished in the womb of that surrogate mother. She only gives the baby of that couple for 9 months. After 9 months, she gives the birth, baby goes back to his or her biological parents. Now, baby doesn't have no genes, no DNA, no RNA, no cells, no tissue, no muscle coming from that surrogate mother. Only surrogate mother's womb was used. Womb was used only. They call it rented womb. What the surrogate mother did was that she rented her womb for 5 lakh rupees to the couple who are seeking offspring. Now they got it, they have a baby, the baby is their own, their material, their DNA, their RNA, their genetic material, their look, their DNA and every single thing. Not a single, not even an iota of genetic makeup or material coming from the surrogate mother. So all the surrogate mother did, as I say, just rented the womb for 5 lakh rupees. She did not aid anything, no, she took out anything, no omission, no commission. Only the thing that womb was used because that biological mother of this baby, womb is not working, uterus is not working, fallopian is not working, ovaries are not working. Something is wrong there permanently, infinitely wrong. That is why they found, doctor helped them to find a mother who is in this kind of business. She charged 5 lakh rupees and keeps the baby of that couple for 9 months in her womb, gives birth and return the baby to them. Yes, sometimes mother is emotionally attached to the child. She gave birth. So she began to believe mistakenly that it is her child. No, this is not her baby. That was not her fetus. There is no genetic material coming from that surrogate mother. So now it is legal everywhere. So if she makes this kind of claims, she can go to the court and the court is definitely going to punish her. I actually selected 4 points to elaborate this surrogacy or surrogate motherhood. Point number 1, surrogacy solves the problem of number of unable couples. There are millions of unable couples who cannot have their offspring. Naturally, born, brought up every single thing in the womb of the mother. So they actually go for this kind of surrogacy, they spend money, they actually donate, both of them, egg and the sperm, both are coming from the genetic parents, the couple, and the third woman or the third person or second woman. She has nothing to do with that genetic material. She is only there to keep the baby 9 months in her womb, as she has rented the womb for certain amount of money. But this can actually solve the problem of millions of couples in the world. Otherwise, they cannot get the baby. They have to go for one thing, divorce. And divorce is an ugly thing to even say. But when there is no other way, then the person is definitely going to submit himself to only last resort. Today, divorce is not the last resort. Divorce is not the last resort. Surrogacy is the last resort. I know one couple very closely with a very close quarter. They were married for about 15 years and there's no baby and the husband wanted baby and the wife was not able to give birth. Finally, the man actually talked to his own biological brother that your wife can help me. Now that guy was a buffalo. His elder brother could not understand a word what his motherhood, surrogate motherhood. He did not understand even in his vernacular language, how he can understand in English. So when he proposed, the younger brother proposed to the elder brother because he had 6 kids. So his wife was very fertile. A brother not cooperated with him only, but he got very pissed off, he got very furious, he got very angry. What you are talking about, this, that and all that. He thought that younger brother was talking something dirty with his wife. But that idiot never understood. Finally, what happened? Divorce. The younger brother divorced that woman and got himself another bride. And this bride gave him offspring. They are living happily now. So science is something that cannot be comprehended by everyone. Everyone cannot fathom the science. To understand the science, you have to read, you have to talk, you have to counsel someone, you have to understand properly. Then and then you can understand this thing. Point number 2 is, when wife is infertile, surrogacy rushes to the rescue. This kind of wife, who cannot actually conceive, cannot get pregnant, surrogacy is the best thing for her. She can have a child, her husband can have a child, they can have a happy family forever after, without divorce or without any kind of tension, without any kind of chasing the dream. And most people don't know, including my family. But I did not have a kid for a long time, 16, 17 years after my marriage. How I was actually languishing in the family without kids. But my family members could not understand this thing. When in India you don't understand anything, for your solace, for your comfort, you are going to resign everything to God. He doesn't have children. It's a will of God. That's all. They won't do anything. They are not going to lift their finger to solve this problem. But only the couple who has no kid, no offspring, they will suffer. And this suffering is so intolerable, unbearable, and unfathomable for others that they cannot understand what the couple goes through. Point number 3, surrogacy is tainted with religious connotation. When you don't understand anything, like said earlier, you don't understand anything, you leave everything to God, to religion. No, you don't do that. It's against the religion. Now, you don't know a thing about religion, buddy. You don't have any kind of wisdom about religion. You don't know how to recite recite the first word of your God properly, and you're talking about it is against the religion. So you see, when you don't want to do something, you dump it on the religion. Even like you don't want to go to movies, then excuse would be, no, it is not allowed in my religion. If you don't want to, say for example, wear certain kind of clothes, then they will say, no, it is not legal in my religion, it is prohibited. But if you want to do something, you always find the reason to do it. For example, the Prophet of Islam has said, Ali, don't make your stomach the graveyard of animals. Means you don't eat that much meat. But this thing is not discussed among Muslim community. They eat meat 3 times with 2 hands. Every time they are not going to talk about what the Prophet has said. Because they like it. If they like drinking alcohol, they will forget about everything else. And they're going to come up with explanation. Like, Islam has allowed alcohol in certain condition that you are sick, you can drink it. Now Ramadan is approaching. Lots of Muslims are not going to fast. They are not going to observe fast. If you ask, my health is not good and the doctor has said don't fast. You son of a bitch. Doctor has said don't fast. What about your God? What about your Nabi? Prophet has said you fast. You're going to get healthy if you fast. But you see that? When you don't want to do something, you actually blame it to the religion. If you want to do something, then you always credit religion, that it is allowed in religion. Next, surrogacy is still a vague idea in number of nations. So many nations are there, especially 56 Muslim nations. You talk about surrogacy, they're going to kill you. Yeah, literally. Talk about it, they're going to brand you as you are atheist and you are not religious. So this is surrogate motherhood. Surrogate motherhood is pure science, 100% science. It has no religiosity. Religion doesn't say anything about it. It is not any way sinful act or any way offending to God, offending to that. But most of the time in religion, most of the time in every religion, It is not what Bible says or what Quran says or Gita says or what the Torah says or what Injil says, but what the bishop says, what the mullah says, what the bapu says, what the hermit says. That is what we believe. And these people actually come up with this kind of explanation from themselves. They don't actually tell you the truth about Quran or Gita or Bible, but they will tell you every single thing from themselves. So that's all the time we have. Thank you very much for listening. See you again next time. Until then, God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.